Here's why Skyrim is one of the best, if not the best, RPG ever made. A bunch of people saying shit, oh, it's not a true RPG, it's not really an RPG, it's a sandbox simulator. And that's another thing. If I play Bus Driver Simulator, right, I'm role playing a bus driver. You know what I'm saying? So being a simulation doesn't make it not an RPG. We're gonna talk about this quest I did just yesterday, bro, called In My Time of Need. I've been playing the game in survival mode. Vanilla game, only mods I have is get rid of the spiders and the little chorus bug johns. You don't have to play this game in survival mode, but if you're not, at least play it like you are in survival mode. And what I mean by that is, when you go to towns, make an excuse for your character to have to sleep in one of the taverns or something like that, or have to buy food, because it'll force you to mingle in that town. Like, beforehand, I think my opinion of Skyrim was so bad because I wasn't playing on survival mode, so I could just run infinitely from town to town doing quests. I never had to really stop in a town and take in the atmosphere, the quests, different things like that. So I implore you to play these games like that. Fallout, Skyrim, play these games like that, and it might change your mind about how you feel about it. So I had just left Whiterun to do a quest, and I'm in survival mode, so I gotta go back to the Bannered Mare to sleep, obviously, because now my character is tired. I'm coming in, there's three red guards in the town that I never seen before, and the guards have a problem with them. I'm playing as a high elf, but I'm a red guard at heart, so I gotta come make sure my people is cool. So I'm kind of just lingering, just ear hustling and shit. The guards just kicking them out because they said they're looking for something in the city and they not trying to tell them what it is. The guards leave. I walk up to them, hey, gentlemen, is there an issue here? And they tell me, we're looking for a red guard woman. Have you seen her? I say, well, I don't really know too many red guard women here, so but I'll let you know. You know what I mean? And they tell me where they gonna be at, and they dip up out of there. As far as I'm concerned, this is my hood. Whiterun is my hood. I'm a Whiterun Inwa. You get what I'm saying? Here's where I always get offended when people say that Skyrim holds your hand with the quest markers. This particular quest didn't give me a marker to tell me where this red guard woman was. But because I live in the town, I'm just going from building to building, just looking around, trying to see. Now, eventually I gave up, right? I go back to the Bannered Mare that I've been sleeping in, which is the tavern that I've been paying the barkeep to stay in. And I just kind of sit in there, and the atmosphere was a little bit different when I walked in. There's different NPCs in there. The bard is playing some music. And I kind of just stop and just take it in and look around. I look over to the bar. I'm like, do I want to go buy some food, or do I want to? And then I look to my left and I see Sawney. Now, mind you, I've ran into Sawney multiple times because she works at the Bannered Mare. She's always sold me food. She's always been very polite. But I've had to interact with her because I'm in survival mode, so I always buy food off of her. So I go up to her. I'm like, damn, she looks like a red guard. So I go talk to her. And lo and behold, a choice pops up that tells her, hey, you know these gentlemen are looking for a red guard woman. Her whole demeanor changes. What? Are you serious? You're sure? I tell her, she's like, all right, come speak to me real quick. Now she goes over to the barkeep, and now I don't know if this is scripted or not. I don't know if like there was just like a issue with like her priorities list. But she goes over to the barkeep. The barkeep says, hey, we got a shipment coming in. I'm gonna need you to go out and go get. She's like, all right. And listen, dog. Again, I don't know if this is scripted. The bard starts playing like some suspenseful ass music, bro. Set the whole tone. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is about to happen? So I follow her upstairs. She pulls out a dagger on me, bro, and says, are you working with them? Like, what's the deal? Then I get the choice to talk to her, and then she explains to me like she was running from the Red Guard government. She spoke out against them, and now they're sending people after her. Made a choice: either go kill the dudes chasing her, or the quest pops up that tells me I could just go to the dudes looking for her and tell her that she's in there. Now, I'm not no snitch, gang. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also a person who wants to find out information before I make a decision. So I go talk to one of the Red Guard dudes that's actually in the prison in Whiterun, and he tells me he'll give me the information on where his leader is if I get him out. So I pay his bond. You know what I mean? Get him up out of there because I got a coin like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving up for a crib in Whiterun. So I pay his little bond. He tell me where dude is. I go there. Me and my boy Sven, you know what I mean? Me and my boy Sven run up in this cave. It's a bunch of bandits. We lay them down. Dark Wizard money game. We love casting spells. You know what I'm saying? We finally get deep into the cave and we run into this dude. This is the leader. See, I know he a little scared because he seen how I laid his boys in them down. So he's like, listen, we don't need no more bloodshed. Let's just talk this out. He starts explaining to me that Sawney ain't who she says she is. You know what I mean? They're looking for her because she betrayed them, whatever. Now, this was a critical point because I kind of sat there. I didn't pause the game. I just sat there trying to contemplate, do I want to work with him and betray her, or do I want to just kill this dude? This is the point where I say Skyrim is one of the greatest RPGs because depending on so many different factors, I would have done this quest differently. Let me explain. If I wasn't playing in survival mode, I would have had no reason to be living in Whiterun. I would have no connection to this character whatsoever, to Sawney. Meaning I would have no loyalty to her. So if this person's going to pay me to turn her in, I would have just turned her in and called it a day. The difference is because I was immersed in this world and because I live in Whiterun. This is my hood. I'm not just going to betray somebody who lived there, dog. You know what I'm saying? If you're a part of my community, you're a part of my community. These people was coming from a community you used to be a part of, right? But you're not one of their citizens no more. So who am I to be like, oh, well, she deserves justice. You know what I'm saying? But again, this is where it becomes a good role-playing game. Maybe I'm a character. Maybe I was playing as a character who does think justice is in order, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's wrong. She should be tried for her crimes, and I betray her for that. Or let's say if I was playing as a red guard, who I'm role-playing is still loyal to, Hammerfell. I could betray her for that reason. Like, oh, I don't fuck with that. Maybe I'm a red guard who defected from Hammerfell. That's why I'm in Skyrim in the first place. So I'm gonna side with her. There's so many avenues, and again, like I said, if I never was living in Whiterun, if I wasn't using Whiterun as basically my hub area, I wouldn't have a prior relationship with this character to where like I even give a fuck what happened. But this person sold me food. They've been polite to me. I feel like even with like a game like the Outer Worlds, if you come upon two characters having an issue, it doesn't feel as dynamic. Like you're most likely just now getting there, and it's like nothing was happening until you got there. You know what I'm saying? Like Elden Ring, to do the side quest, I'm not really doing the side quest because I'm not immersed in these characters' stories. I'm more so doing it for the rewards at the end. Now this, I'm not getting nothing except some coin. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference. Like only thing that's making me do this quest is gold and the roleplay aspect. Where in Elden Ring or something like that, if I'm playing a mage, I'm going to do all the quests to give me great spells at the end. And I'm going to make all the choices to give me a great spell at the end. So it's more so out of necessity than roleplay, which is why I don't understand. And like I used to be this person who used to feel like Outer Worlds was a real true RPG, or cheap RPGs are the only true RPGs because depending on how your character is built, that's the choices you get to make. But two things to be true at the same time. I think there's a way to do RPGs where your character build, you can make certain choices throughout the story. But I also think having a very open-ended form of roleplay is also still a true RPG, because you're basically giving me the keys and saying, move through this world however you want to. Now, maybe I may not be able to affect it that much, but the difference is I'm living in Whiterun. If I betray her, she's no longer in Whiterun. The Bannered Mare, the tavern that I go to, feels a little emptier now. You get what I'm saying? And every time I look over to the spot that she works at, she won't be there. And that'll be a choice that I'll remember through the rest of my playthrough. So even though it may not affect the world too much, it affects the community of Whiterun, and it affects the citizens who live there, because the barkeep has a good relationship with her. The people who frequent this bar have a good relationship with her, and I'm taking that away all because this guy asked me to. Now, granted, he ended up attacking me because I took so long to make a choice, and there was like 30 of them motherfuckers in there. I thought it was only him. So him and all of his soldiers ran down. Now, if I would have seen them beforehand, I might have chose differently. But me and my boy Sven laid that murder gang down. You get what I'm saying? We got him up out of there. Dark Wizard Money Gang, we love casting spells. Got to Sony, told her what happened. She gave me my 700 coin, and I went on about my day. But that right there, to me, I have not experienced that in another RPG. You get what I'm saying? Like, every side quest I really do, I haven't had a side quest pull me in so much. And it was so simple. World building and being able to feel like I live in that world, which I feel like years later, I still haven't had an RPG do.